Oh, great. I've been talking to myself all this bloody time. So we got Sheffield United there with a second goal. And it's Sheffield United 2, Oxford 0. It's Burnley 0, Coventry 0, Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. It's Norwich 2, Plymouth 0, and Plymouth don't seem to be in this game whatsoever. And yeah, it's actually not as one-sided as you would think. It's 72% possession to Norwich. Yeah, right, okay. And they have had actually 12 shots, 4 on target. But Plymouth have had 3 shots, 1 on target. They're not actually totally overwhelmed. But at the minute, they're going to have to do something to stay in this game because they're risking getting a trouncing down there at Norwich. Stoke City 0, Preston 0, Sunderland 0, West Brom 0, Watford 0, Bristol City 0. When the radio comes up with scores, it's like, which one am I saying? So, into League One, it's Barnsley have managed to get into the lead. Barnsley have won, Reading 0. It's quite tight down there, and it's not actually. It's about 50-50, slightly in Barnsley's favour. But Barnsley are making the most of their shots, and whereas Reading just don't seem to be able to get into that final third quite as much. Yeah, I can imagine. I've just been ranting on for 20 minutes and I didn't realise I got the microphone on mute, so that was great, wasn't it? It's no wonder people were coming in and out. Wigan 2, Northampton 0. And Wigan are... They've actually got the ball less. It's 41% possession to... oh, great, that's now gone. 41% possession to Wigan. And it's 59 to Northampton, but Northampton aren't doing anything with the ball. So fortunately, they're not going to get anywhere, are they? With that. So yeah, Wigan are just using the ball better. That's the only thing with Wigan is they're using the ball better. It's still Wycombe 0. Mansfield 0, and Wycombe are doing better. I'd say the percentage, the possession percentage is probably about right. It's 57% possession to Wycombe, 3 shots, 1 on target, 2 shots for Mansfield, none on target. You know, they just need to get. You've got to get them on target. I keep saying this, but is it full time? Sadly, it's only 30 minutes. Well, 31 now. There's an injury to Ravizoli. So I always thought that was something you ate at an Italian, but Ravizoli's now injured. I think he's boiled his leg. No. So Ravizoli's injured at the minute. So we've got a little bit of a lull at Wycombe. As the only one of my 3 devices that... Oh, crap. Well, you're not gone behind yet. I mean, come on. It's still 0-0. Well, it is on there anyway. So, Wycombe 0, Mansfield 0. I'm going to say that now while it's still there. Wrexham 0, Lincoln 0. And Lincoln are sort of holding on. At the minute, it does look like Wycombe and Wrexham are both on top there. Wigan are doing better with the ball. They're 2-0 up. Leyton Orient 0. Oops, I've just moved that. Leyton Orient 0, Huddersfield 1. And Huddersfield are just so much better than Leyton Orient tonight. Doesn't really look like they've only just scored, but it doesn't look like that's going to be altering any time soon. I'd say on that one, it's just the fact that Leyton Orient can't get the ball actually on target. They've got the same number of, they've got roughly the same possession, the same shots, but every one of Leyton Orient's has been off target, and every one of Huddersfield's has been on target, and one of them's gone in the net. So, you know, it's just one of them things where you say, well, it's tough, isn't it? Manchester City 0, Feyenoord 0. When I was looking at it last time out, Manchester City were actually doing quite well, and they were encamped in the Feyenoord half. Sporting Lisbon 0, Arsenal 1. Have they got any others from ours, have they? Norwich 2, Plymouth 0. We've just heard Sheffield United 2, Oxford 0 before my phone decided to die. Sheffield United 2. Oxford just had a yellow card. I do wonder why certain phones and certain devices don't pick up the radio, whereas my old one does, but it's just died a death of no battery. So we go to Stoke versus Preston, and Preston were doing quite well. Are Blackpool winning? Let's have a look at that then. We'll come back out. And we'll go down here. We've got Birmingham winning. We've got, Blackpool. So, yeah, Blackpool have just took the lead against Bristol Rovers. So let's have a look at that. So I'm going to find Blackpool. On the next line, Blackpool 1. And Blackpool really should be doing better than that. You know, I can't. You know, when your boss loses his son, you know, surely you go out there and you play even better for him, because you know he's going to be grieving and he's going to be going off and making sure that the family's grieving properly. You know, the players should have gone out there and tried their damnedest to make sure that everything carried on in the better way that it was. But they seem to have just gone out there and played back to what they were before, and I find that rather I think a bit disgraceful, really, because we know that they can play good football, and you know the boss needed at that point. The boss needed everybody to pull together and show the fans and the owners and him that they could play good football, even if he wasn't, you know, there and fully in it. You know, and yeah, I just find it a bit bad that the Blackpool players seem to have just took a step back. And they're playing the same performance that they have a long time ago. At the minute, Bristol Rovers they've had 13 attacks to Blackpool's 8, but the thing is, Blackpool have had 5 shots, 2 on target, and Bristol Rovers have had 3 shots, 1 on target. So what's happening is Bristol Rovers are getting into just over the halfway line, and then they can't go any further. Blackpool are just putting up a blockade. And it's working. Bristol Rovers just can't get past it. Whereas Blackpool, on the other hand, when they get the ball, they manage to get into the other end. Not as often, but they get in there and they have a good chance at shooting. So that's really why Blackpool are in the lead. We'll say Exeter 0, Birmingham 1. Orient 0, Huddersfield 1. Let's we'll go into your game, shall we? Wycombe. So we're going back into the Wycombe-Mansfield game. Mansfield, they try crossing it from the right-hand side, but it's intercepted in the middle of the park. Morley for Wycombe. Try and bring this one out. I know he's passed it to the right-hand side. Long cross right over the top of everybody, which is what they tend to do. Right to the Mansfield goal, but they kick it out and it kicks back in, and Mansfield kick it back out again, and Harvey now on the left hand side. It's a bit like ping pong ball this, and pass it forward to Lisha Odinyama runs into the Mansfield box, and he cross it. Cargill kicks it straight out the other side, and Pattenden for Wycombe picks it up on their right hand side, Mansfield's left. He pass it into the middle with Lowe. Across the opposite side. They're passing from left to right, Wickham. They're now back on the left with Harvey. They seem to be, whether they think it's easier to attack Mansfield on Mansfield's right, I don't know, but they keep passing it to Wickham's left. Pass it forward, but Wickham are offside. And it's strange because Wickham are constantly going down that left-hand side, Wickham's left-hand side, Mansfield's right. Whether they think they've got more of a chance, I don't know. But at the minute, it's 21-20 Wickham win, 2-1 for a draw, and 10-3 for a Mansfield win. Pym gets it in. They got Wickham out of again. They do a long shot. Whoa! Yeah, I don't know whether it's a shot or a sort of just lob it over the defence and see where it gets. And Pym gets that one for Mansfield. So 38 minutes, and it's come back from the other end, and it's come back down to Mansfield. 3 minutes ago, Mansfield actually had a corner, but they didn't do anything with it. 39 minutes, and it's a throw in to Wickham on their right, and Blake Tracy manages to get that one. No, he isn't. No, not even. He's not even in the. It's not even in the squad. No, he's not even in the squad. Gregory's not there. Coming back out then. I might as well check. Manchester City still 0-0. Plymouth have got one back. Norwich 2, Plymouth 1. Let's change that one. Norwich 2, Plymouth 1. I can just check all the others. In fact, Sheffield Wednesday have actually. So Hull City had the ball in the net, and it did look like it was Hull 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. It's now Hull 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, and that one's actually been chalked up. It's also Norwich City 2, Plymouth 1, so we'll change that one. Still Sheffield United 2, Oxford 0. All the others 0-0. And then Barnsley 1. Find Barnsley. Barnsley 1, Reading 0. Bristol Rovers 0, Blackpool 1. Burton 0. Charlton 0. Something's happening at Birmingham. Let's wait for that one. Something's happening there. Let's go to Birmingham. No, that's okay. Birmingham are still in the attacking phase. So yeah, they're attacking again. Alfie May. No, okay. So it's still Exeter 0, Birmingham 1. It's Leyton Orient 0, Huddersfield 1. It's Wigan 2, Northampton 0. I've just seen a League 2 score. Wrexham 0, Lincoln 0, and Wickham 0, Mansfield 0, and Wimbledon have took the lead against Tranmere, and Walsall have taken the lead against Bromley. So we can before Mansfield go down, we'll put that one in. Has he? I wonder why that is. Like, that's strange. That unless no, no, I've not heard anything. Not heard anything about that, and I can't. I can't if I can turn that one on. So let's see if we can find any. Oh, Humphreys, Barnsley are having another shot. I'm just going to have a quick check in live score. Let's go live score, and we'll go to the Wickham game, as long as it stays powered on, because it's a little bit iffy at the minute. And we're going to have a look for any news on Gregory, see whether we can find any. news. I go down there. Wednesday winning. Norwich, yeah. Sheffield United 2, yeah. Barnsley, Blackpool, Birmingham, Huddersfield, Wigan we know about. Wycombe, there we are. Go to the Wycombe game. Go news. Ooh, no news for this match. Oh, no news at all. There's no news on there. Right, okay. That's strange, isn't it? So at the minute we have Wycombe atop with 36, and it's Birmingham with 33, Wrexham with 32, Stockport with 30, Huddersfield with 29, along with Barnsley with 29, Mansfield are 10th with 25, and on the bottom four we have, the bottom six are Rotherham, Crawley, Leyton Orient, Cambridge, Shrewsbury and Burton. So it's looking pretty bad for those six sides at the minute. I know we're only just over a third of the way, but at the minute it's not doing too well. We've got a few sides that can put that are capable of putting a couple of games together. I think in that group, certainly, certainly there are a couple of teams that have started playing a little bit better. Like Burton have been playing better throughout the 90 minutes, just a little bit. Cambridge have been playing better throughout the 90 minutes, just a little bit. Crawley have been playing absolutely brilliantly for 45 minutes and then garbage for the other 45. If they play good for both, then that would be interesting. Oh, the Cambridge Bolton game, it's it's mainly Bolton, but Cambridge are holding on quite nicely. See, the stats don't really do it. The stats say it's 66% possession to Bolton, but actually it's not that. It's not like that. If you look at the game, then Cambridge are doing quite well, and they've had 4 shots, 1 on target. In fact, they had more on target than what Bolton have. Bolton have had 7 shots, none on target. So that's more like what the game is. The game is actually quite even, as Bolton have another shot, but it's off target again. Cambridge are filling the box, and when Bolton come in, they're getting into that end and they're having the ball more. But when they get into the central area, they can't get the ball into the box because they've just packed the box solid. I saw this from QPR a few weeks ago, and I said it's an amazing. They managed to get a point, didn't they, out of Burnley or something, one of the top teams. I think they should have got trounced, but QPR managed to do exactly what Cambridge are doing, and they put everybody in the box, and that's what Cambridge are doing. And I tell you what, it's doing really well. 45 minutes. There's only another 40 seconds to go there. And they don't look like letting one in. That might be the commentator's curse, isn't it? But at the minute, I wouldn't be surprised if this game was 0-0. I really wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0. Looking at how it's going, it doesn't look... it looks like one of those bore draws, to be quite honest. So where are we at Wycombe? Wycombe have it in their own half. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. That's only to half time, that, Roy. Don't jump up and down yet. It's ready forward. Oh, it's shot off target for Wycombe. And it comes out kicked out by Mansfield to Maris, who kicks it further. And he gets it back again. But then he gives it to Cargill. Cargill now kicks it, and it's just Mansfield are doing the long ball, and it's just not. No, Rotherham's match got postponed. Don't know why it got postponed. Boateng for kicks it. It tries to get Aitkins, but Aitkins misses it, but grabs it at the second attempt, but then gets dispossessed by Leah, and he passes it to Lowe. Lowe. Don't give it back to Lee. I can't say his name. Humphreys, Taylor, Wickham now just playing. I think they're playing the last few seconds out now. Wickham they've gone into the box with Cone, and he has a shot and it's off target. Wickham, and as it comes back and has another shot on target, and it's saved by Pym. Oh my God! They nearly let it in there, and that was very, very close for Wickham there. They nearly took the lead with literally 20 seconds over the maximum extra time. That would have been a bit embarrassing. And it ends half-time 0-0, but that was very nearly Wickham 1, Mansfield 0, and Mansfield hung on like dear life at the end there, and God knows how they did it. It's Inter Milan 1, RB Leipzig 0, Barcelona 1, Brest 0, Bayer Leverkusen 3, Salzburg 0, Bayern Munich, keep pressing them for too long, 0, PSG 0, Sporting 0, Arsenal 2, Young Boys 1, Atalanta 3, and Manchester City 0, Feyenoord 0. So that's that one. And then in League One, it's Burnley 0, Coventry 0. But Coventry are putting up a really good show. Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Hull City started the better, started the brighter, and they got one in the net, but it was ruled out. And Sheffield Wednesday took the lead. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Just. Was it 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, wasn't it usually? But yeah, they're not doing too well. Just having a quick look at that. It's just not. Well, certainly Arsenal are doing quite well. Wigan 2, Orient 0. Wigan 2, Northampton 0. Orient 0, Huddersfield 1. Exeter 0, Birmingham 1. Did put that one on, yeah. Cambridge 0-0, Burton 0-0, Bristol Rovers 0, Blackpool 1, as you said, and Barnsley 1, Reading 0. So we're going to have a cup of coffee. You're going to have a cup of coffee, right? And I'll see you in Wednesday again, another 5 minutes probably. I'm going to have a coffee and wish I'd put the bloody sound on earlier on. It's like really annoying talking through games and not put the bloody sound on. How annoying is that? Oh well, never mind. We all have things to do. surprises. I didn't think Blackpool would be able to pull it back. They've got in the doldrums, and I know they will get better, but the Bristol Rovers can turn up, and sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I thought that Bristol Rovers would turn up today because their results seem to suggest that, they were due a couple of games where they do actually turn up and play. So I'm surprised Blackpool have actually shown up and taken the lead. Not surprised about the Wigan game. I'm sort of surprised that Wrexham haven't sort of made sure that they're going to do well this game, because I thought they've not been playing very well, and this is the sort of game where if they actually played well today, you could see them coming back and get winning a couple and losing and drawing a couple and sort of keeping up with the top section. But if they don't, you can see how this could be the point where they start to drop off. And it's a psychological thing just as much as it is a game of football. And I thought Wrexham would really come out fighting really hard and really strong and try and get the most from it. But they don't seem to have done that, which is a bit of a surprise for me. I must admit, I did expect Wycombe to be in the lead. I did expect Wycombe to be in the lead. At the minute, it's almost even. It's evens for Wycombe. It's 13-8 for a draw, and 7-2 for Mansfield. But they need to get shots on target. Look at Mansfield. 6 shots to Wycombe, 2 on target, 3 shots to Mansfield, none on target. Mansfield aren't going to get a goal if they can't get it at the net. You've got to get it at the net to get it in the net. Just the onion bag needs to be hit. You want to grab hold of the Mansfield players, just bloody put it on target for God's sake. But. Carry on like this, and it really will be amazing if you get a point out of this, because it's just all one way. I know it's only 59% to Wycombe, so Mansfield has started to sort of edge back into it, but only to the point where they get to halfway and then stop. So really weird. Hull City. I really thought Hull City would be able to win. Sheffield should be in the lead, with Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday aren't. Yeah. I'm surprised Plymouth have actually got a goal against Norwich. Actually, Norwich Plymouth. It's one of those games. I was thinking it's going to be really boring, this game, because it's one of those where Norwich are in the doldrums, Plymouth are in the doldrums. I could see it possible. It could have been 0-0. It really could, because they're not. They're both garbage at the minute. So I was quite surprised at that. Apart from that, no. I'm expecting the Sunderland West Brom game to be 0-0 all the way through. Now, I've not looked at the stats. Let's have a look at the stats, because I was looking at it's 42 minutes and Sunderland are just on the attack. But I was expecting this to be 0-0. No, you can't have excuses. No, definitely not. 9 shots to Sunderland, 1 to West Brom. Actually, Sunderland are coming out fighting a lot more than what I thought they would do. because both have been pretty poor of late, and that final technical ball is just not there. But Sunderland are, at the minute, there's only been one shot on target, and it's Sunderland. So final third, 29 times for Sunderland, 7 for West Brom. So God knows how West Brom are holding off. They have got a very good defence, though. That's why they're where they are, because that defence of theirs is absolutely amazing. However, you really can't. I mean, it does look like Sunderland have to be the favourites there. I was thinking 0-0, but it doesn't look like Sunderland are going to be staying at 0-0, does it? Hegum for West Brom by his left-hand side of his goalpost. We're on 43 minutes. Oh, it's a corner. It's a corner to Sunderland. Let's see. He's put it out for a corner to Sunderland. So let's see the corner for Sunderland. Here we go. Corner for Sunderland. Oh, it's sort of straight into the hands of the goalkeeper who kicks it out. Don't do ping pong ball on halfway line. Eventually lands with. Never mind. We all have a laugh having a try and an attempt, don't we? I mean, it's good to have a go. It's good to have a try. Holgate. Oh, Hearn Grant. West Brom. No. Ballard nicks that one, and Sunderland can come back out. Oh, the gate's half. Rigg loses it, then gets the second ball, gives it to Neil. Sunderland there. Neil. Literally got to a few seconds out. It'll be 45 minutes, and the other games will start to come in. And Hume, across to 09. Kicked out, and it's Moat. And 1 minute injury time. So only 45 seconds left as Watson tries to get something for Sunderland into the middle. Sunderland player in the middle. Crosses it to Roberts on the right wing. 09. Back to Roberts. Rigg in the middle. They need to do something here. Bellingham. Come on, Bellingham must be. No, back to Hume. And it's about to finish as Hegum intercepts that one. Gives it to Moat. Probably enough seconds for him to welly it into the other end. Meyer. If he's going to do something, he's going to have to do it now. What will he do? He's just going to play it to the end of the game with the looks of it. In running it himself. Crosses it straight in. Crosses. West Brom nearly nicked it in the last seconds of the first half there. Kicks it out. And it's a free kick to Sunderland in the middle, but it's half time. And West Brom nearly nicked it in the dying embers. City just scored. My God. They're going to win one. That'll be the first win in 6. Atalanta. Young Boys 1, Atalanta 4. Sporting 0, Arsenal 3. Man City 1, Feyenoord 0. Leverkusen 3, Salzburg 0. Let's see who's going to come out first. Championship are still on half time. Burton and Charlton have just started. Wrexham have just started. Shall we go Burton Charlton? I've not actually been into Burton Charlton. Let's see what Burton Charlton is. Slightly. God! This is one of those strange games where Burton have got the possession, but Charlton have got the skills to actually get the ball into the box and have a shot on target. So Burton have 55% possession, but Charlton have got 8 shots, 2 on target, and Burton have only had 3 shots and none of them on target. So Charlton, I mean, they're just, look, they're more technical. They've got better squad. They should win this one hands down. But we know Burton have been increasing their abilities at the bottom just a little bit each game. And I said in the prediction that at some point they're going to just start winning games. I don't think they'll win this one, but they're just nibbling away at the bottom. You're just getting a little bit better all the way through the 90 minutes. And I can see Burton starting to just pick up a little bit of points gain as they go through. But at the minute, Burton Albion, Kalinkauskas, goes out in the Charlton half, kicks it out. Thrown in, kicked by Charlton player up the far end, but Burton intercept it with Webster. Webster can try and play it back down that left-hand side, but then he loses it again to Leeburn, and he kicks it back out, roughly to the same place. Surely Burton aren't going to go back down the left-hand side again. Malif back to Crocombe in goal, and it tries the left-hand side again. It comes back again, and they try the left-hand side again, and Anderson brings it back. Hazelhurst, he's gone to the... What are they bloody doing? They've gone down the left-hand side again. Burn, it's not working. Don't do it. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, they played... When Charlton played Rotherham played well. It was the only game this season they played well. Absolutely cracking. I think it was 3-3. At Charlton, and Charlton were absolutely stunning. Their quality and their class and their technical ability was, they were absolutely brilliant. And Charlton at the minute, they'd do well in the Championship. They really would. They've got a team that technically can do pretty well. I wouldn't put it past them to be. So like middle of that bottom half in the Championship, absolutely not. Birmingham, we know they've got the ability of being in the top half, haven't they? I mean, they could do a Sunderland next year and go straight into the top 6. Huddersfield, like you said, Huddersfield have got the abilities to be up there, and there's no reason why they can't be halfway up the Championship. I don't think Wycombe would be. I don't think Wycombe would be in the relegation bit, but I don't think they'd be far off it. Not really, because it's quite level down there. It's be somewhere on that flat bit in the bottom third. Wrexham, they'd be League One still. I just can't see them continuing. They always do the same 5 at the back trick, and I can't see. The trouble is, when you do 5 at the back, you know what you're going to get. You know what you're going to play against, so you can try and plan against it. Football's about being a little bit, sneaky and changing the format, changing your game plan. But Wrexham don't do that, and you can't. If they went up, they wouldn't be able to do it in the Championship. That wouldn't work. Absolutely wouldn't work. You've got to be able to change your format. You can't just play 5 at the back and hope that every single game goes by and you get enough to stay up, because it won't work. We know that. That's what we used to do. That's why we always came back down again. Oh, God. So Burton have got a throw in. And Mansfield do need to change. It's difficult, isn't it? Cambridge have got a red card. I mean, a red card at Cambridge, 50 minutes in. And Reading have equalised against Barnsley. So my mate from Barnsley is going to be pissed off now, isn't he? It's Reading, Barnsley 1, Reading 1. Anything else changed? No, nothing else changed, so we'll put that one up. Oh dear, Barnsley are not doing very well. See, Barnsley keep tripping up, and they're tripping up an awful lot of late, and it's it's quite difficult. I'm now wondering about Wrexham. Like, if Wrexham went up into the Championship, I mean, their infrastructure needs a complete overhaul. It's not. I mean, I think they get about 96% of their stadium full every week. You know, it's not gonna hold a full away fan. The away fan base from Championship is so much bigger. Where the hell are they going to put them? It's impossible. Oh God. At least Rotherham's got a good stadium, even if they can't, even if they ain't got a very good squad. Oh, Wickham! Oh, and it's intercepted by Ojolaya, and goes it to Hewitt. Hewitt on the right hand side for Mansfield, crosses it through the middle, but Lowe managed to intercept that one for Wickham. Passes it back to Ravizoli. Cross to Lowe. They're going to try up the right-hand side, perhaps. Pattenden pushes it up the right, but Bowery intercepts that one. At the minute, it's Pym straight down the middle and pushes it through, but Ravizoli gets that one. Goalie to goalie. I mean, that's sad, isn't it? Is that right? I didn't realise they got a temporary stand-in ready for a new one. God. So much for having all this money, eh? And they can spend it on the ground. They can spend it at the club now. It's because of the Manchester City ruling, they're allowed to spend it, and it can class as income. Yeah, I'd heard that we were building a stand, and they were building a stand and hoping to build some more, or spend more on the stand and players. They seem to have done at least they've done what they said they're going to do. It's Wickham 0, Mansfield 0, Wrexham 0, Lincoln 0. Oh, there's a couple of scores, a couple of odds disappearing. Blackpool's odds have disappeared. Charlton's odds have disappeared. So Bristol Rovers 0, Blackpool 1. That's come back on. Let's go for the Burton Albion. Charlton nearly scored, and the odds disappeared. They whether it went in the net, I don't know, but it's back on. So I think Charlton must have had it in the net, because the odds disappeared, and then it sort of came back on with a goal kick to Bristol Rovers. So what Manchester City doing? I've lost Manchester City. Where have they gone? Oh, 1-0. Still 1-0 at Manchester City. Burnley 1, Coventry 0, and I actually thought Coventry might be able to sneak this one, and I am actually surprised at that one. I thought that Coventry might be able to do something, and it's now Norwich 3, Plymouth 1. And so I really did think Norwich might do something, but I wasn't totally sure. So that's that one. So Norwich 3, Sheffield United 2-0, Watford 1, Bristol City 0. I think that was one of those games I couldn't really work out which way it was going to go. It was one of I'm not really sure how this is going to pan out, because Bristol City sometimes turn up and sometimes don't, and Watford have been a bit hit and miss. I mean, it's sort of like 2-1 either way, really, but I couldn't really... Before the game, it was like, well, I'm not quite sure which way. And it is Blackpool 2, so there must have been something going on for the odds to disappear. It is Bristol Rovers 0, Blackpool 2. So, yeah, you're lucky you have good owners. Ours is shite. Absolutely shocking. But nobody else wants it. Nobody else wants to a club like ours, and he owns the ground, so nobody's going to want to buy it because they're not going to have the ground, because the owner owns it and rents it to the club for £1 million a year. So that's how much he loves the club. Wigan 2, Northampton 0. Yeah, 0-0. So we can go back in now because we've done all those. So yeah, it's very, very. It's awful when you don't have owners that he always says, he's got the best intentions for Rotherham, and he only wants the best out of Rotherham. No, you don't. I can understand you losing to Bristol. Bristol Rovers can actually play well, but they don't usually turn up. But Blackpool have been playing pretty poor. And to lose against I suppose you should be beating them, but they have. I think at the time when you played them, they were playing quite well, weren't they? Blackpool have been. They've got the quality because they have been winning. Oh, and Mansfield's shooting. It's off target by Maris. Losing to Bristol, I can imagine that you don't know which team turns up. I think you can't beat yourself up for losing to Bristol. They can turn up and they might not. I mean, I think that team that you lost to actually were pretty shite, but and they didn't turn up. I mean, how the hell they managed to go away with a win? I really no. On that particular game, no, it was a weirdo, a weird one. How the hell they managed to score and keep it was God knows what. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Shrewsbury beating Birmingham. I mean, Shrewsbury Town beating Birmingham. What the hell's going on there? As Wickham have a shot, but it's way out, gone nowhere. Probably hit the seagull in the local farm. And Mansfield have a goal kick. Let's see what Mansfield can do. Turn on that phone now so we can get a little bit more radio coverage. And Mansfield down the left hand side with Lewis, passes it to Evans, does a 1-2 with Lewis, crosses it, but Lee managed to get to that first as it gets into the box, and Wickham pass it quickly to Odenyima, who passes it across, but Mansfield try and nipping it back in with Olalaya. I can't even say his name. And Harvey pinches it from him. And a bit of a battle royale in the right hand corner for far right hand corner for Mansfield, but it's a corner to Mansfield. So it comes out from Olajai. I can't even say his bloody name. Anyway, Harvey kicks it out. It comes in. Cone gets to it first and kicks it out, but only as far as Lewis. He passes it to Harvey, loses it, crosses it in, and it goes straight into hands of the Wycombe goalkeeper. And yeah, we've got a little bit more intensity from Mansfield. Actually starting to play football. We're starting to see one or two signs that we might get a shot on target at some point. So far in the second half, we've had no shots at target whatsoever, apparently. So this is going to be interesting to see. How many shots will we get? No, I suppose you're happy the fact, aren't you, Roy? The fact that there's no shots in the second half so far, at all. I mean, if you carry on with that, nobody's going to score. Yeah, they won't. You won't. You walk away with a draw. Oh dear. And Wycombe tried taking it all the way down the right hand wing, but it goes straight out for a throw in to Mansfield, right in their own left hand corner. I don't work out which way round we are. I know I can get a. Which one shall we go for? We'll go for Sheffield United, why not? Got Sheffield United there. Juice on there for Sheffield United. Sunderland are caught offside against West Brom. West Brom start to attack now in the middle with Rakic, Dubbin. Wycombe are on now having a substitution.
Bringing on El Mizuni. Ryan One comes on replacing.
So what we got? We've got Ravizoli for Wycombe. We've got Ravizoli, Taylor, Harvey, Lowe, Pattenden, Morley, Humphreys, Odenimma, Cleary, Lee, and Cohn. And then for Mansfield, we've got Pym, Flint, Oshilaya, Cahill, Lewis, Hewitt, Blake Tracy, Maris, Boateng, Akins, and Evans. And you've taken at half time, or just after half time, you took Cahill off for Bowery. So yeah, it's quite one there. So I'm going to look at all your comments. So Oxford now attacking Sheffield United. As Mansfield try and get it into the box, but Lowe cuts that one out. 60 minutes for the last one. Flint, cross it into the box, but Pattenden is there to grab that one with relative ease. Kicks it out. Only as far as Bowery though, and Bowery now. As Sunderland nearly get it into the right near the left-hand court, left post, and gets it kicked out. Oh, poor cross by Mansfield, poor cross, and it's kicked straight back by Wycombe, and Mansfield kick it out, and it's a Wycombe throw-in with really good chance there to just lob it into the box, and it went far. It went to the opposite side instead of into the box.
Right foot of delivery to the back post, headed away.
Yeah, Wycombe are.
Area over the bar. It will be a goal kick then to the Blades.
They are, aren't they? They really are scoring for fun. It's like, oh yeah, when are we gonna? We're gonna get 2 or 3 today and just sit back on it. Oh, Mansfield it comes back to Mansfield in the Wycombe half. They nick it, Can they do anything with Oshalaya? Oshalaya down the right hand side. Hewitt in the runs into the corner, but Udo grabs it from him. You know, they've got a dangerous throw in there, Mansfield. But I know Mansfield, they're going to do it short, aren't they? We'll listen to Sheffield, I think. So, Mansfield Town, a throw in, really dangerous one here, right by the corner flag on their right hand side. Oh, I do hate you when you reboot. Come on. Oh, you eventually Oshalaya, Hewitt, Oshalaya. Oh, comes in Pattenden, gets that one and kicks it out. But only as far as Bowry. Maris now. Listen to the Sheffield Oxford game. Sheffield 3, Oxford 0. I don't think we had that, did we? Sheffield United 3. No, Sheffield United now 3, Oxford 0. But Oxford never give up, and that's the thing about Oxford. They never stop and let the hearts drop, and they always seem to just pump away at it. As Pattenden now has it again in the Wycombe half. Barcelona still 1-0, Leverkusen 3-0, Munich 1-0, Milan 1-0, Man City 2-0.
Play back again with Suter to Brooks.
Oh, I hate it when you keep logging me out. Stop it. Man City 2-0. Sporting 1, Arsenal 3. Yeah, Young Boys 1, Atalanta 4. Sheffield United 3, Oxford 0. And stop kicking me out of my
Mazzuni. Screen ball to Scarlett. He does well, does Tyler Goodrum, trying to win inside a corner, but he's blocked.
Now something's happened at Wycombe because everything's stopped on here. Yeah, something's happened at Wycombe and it's a Mansfield substitution. It stopped for about 3 minutes then, Roy. It's something happened. I'm just wondering whether we can find out for you what happened there. So we've got Wycombe versus Mansfield. Something's just happened.
Back in from Peck trying to find O'Hare, but run away with it. Phillips who's badly defending. Cushion ball. Played inside. Suter.
I'll go and have a look at
Sariki. Comes forward again. Again is Phillips. Some help, little flick forward.
There's nothing on there either. I don't get why it stopped. Have you got any reports on why it stopped? Hasn't come through on Sky yet. Wycombe took off 6 minutes ago, took off Udo for Odinima. Oh, it's Maris. Maris has come off for Bacchus for Mansfield. So Maris has come off and Bacchus. Now I can't imagine that must be an injury. They wouldn't take. Surely they wouldn't take Maris off. He's been quite good in the midfield.
There's at least a yard.
Yeah, Maris is injured.
20 minutes to go. Bramley, independent off-tube studio-based commentary.
Yeah, Maris is injured. Maris has come off injured. Yeah, they've replaced Bacchus with Maris because Maris is injured.
We've got a few forays forward, Oxford.
Well, he's not fully match fit now. He's had to come off.
He palmed that one over the air about 10 minutes ago from Phillips's drive, but he just tested his palms really just to push it over. He didn't have to dive or anything. And it remains 3-0.
And the odds have now changed. The odds have now changed. It's now Wickham 2-1 against. It's now a draw 4-5 on, and Mansfield 5-1 against. Oh dear Lord. Norwich City. What do we have on Norwich City? I can't remember now. I lost it. So we've got Norwich City 3, Plymouth 1. We've got Hull City still 0, Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Burnley surprise 1. Whoa, hang on a minute. Put it in the wrong one. Put it in the wrong one. It's not. Did he just call Sheffield United boring? Did he really call Sheffield United boring there? I'm sure he did. Watford are winning 1-0 at Bristol City. That's the strange one. That's an odd one. That's a really dull game, I thought. That was going to be quite boring. Oh, and Barnsley have got Barnsley are now 2-2. What the hell did we have on Barnsley? That's weird. No, Barnsley have gone from 1-1 to 2-2. I want to see when the goals went in there, because that's a weird one. 2-2. Let's go and have a look at that one. So, it was 1-0 to Barnsley, and then Reading equalised. Then Reading went ahead with a shot from Smith, and then Barnsley equalised on 72 through Earl. So it's 3 goals in the second half. That's certainly picking up there, isn't it? And I wouldn't have thought. There's no way I would have thought that. And Burton Albion have a red card as well. Burton Albion 0 red card, and Charlton 0. Surely that's not going to end 0-0 with 3-0. It's not a bad shout, is it? If you can get 1 or 2 on target, 5-1's pretty damn good, isn't it? And Bolton are in the lead. It's Cambridge 0, Bolton 1. Bolton are now in the lead. So there we are. We've got a goal for Bolton. And it's Northampton and Wrexham. Oh, we're getting goals here. We're getting goals. Here we go. What we got? We got Birmingham 1-0 up. Wickham Mansfield. Why have we got that up there? Barnsley 2, Reading 2, Bristol Rovers 0. Blackpool 2. God. Burton 0, Charlton 0, Orient 0, Huddersfield. Jesus, 1. Wigan, Northampton we need. Wigan 2, Northampton 1. And, Wrexham. There we are. Wrexham 1, Lincoln 0. Wow. So we're getting goals. We're getting goals, not in the ones we probably don't want goals in.
To go. Driving forward from Oxford.
So at the top we have Wrexham winning Lincoln.
Backwards
Um,
to Brown.
we have Huddersfield winning Leighton Orient. Birmingham winning Exeter.
To Harris. Loses out. Chance to break forward now for Sheffield United, but there's a collision in the middle.
Barnsley
of the
2, Reading 2. That's a strange one.
See who it is. I think one of them
Let's
may be
go into. No, we'll have a quick look at the Championship. We do keep having a little nick on it. Watford still 1-0 up. Sheffield United 3. Oh, Norwich are now 4. Norwich are now 4 up.
Yeah, Andre Brooks and Biddington to best. So we're just getting some treatment.
We do hope. 4. Let's have Norwich City 4.
PSG down to 10 men. At the moment.
4-1. Sheffield United 3.
Bayern Munich, double switch here for the Blades.
It's now 5. It's now 11-2 for Mansfield. And the draw is 8-13. It's starting to they're starting to ramp up the draw as Mansfield have a throw in a pretty decent position on the right hand side. They throw it back to Flint on halfway. Boateng back to Oshilaya. Oh, Oshilaya loses it to Odo in the wrong place, and he grabs it back and kicks it forward and manages to get Aikens, God knows how. And Bacchus, got a good cross to the left hand side, or the opposite side of the pitch, to Bovey Tracy. Tracy to Bowery, to Boateng in the middle. Blake Tracy, gets kicked out by Wickham. Mansfield give it to throw it to Pattenden.
To Robinson.
Back to Luba. 77 minutes.
Reece Norrington Davis holds that ball up.
And Wickham have a throw in their own half.
For O'Hare. Get the short ball though, but can't. Down to the right hand flank with Andre Brooks. He's got Sariki down the right hand side for him. Brooks still has it. To go backwards though.
Ooh, Bowery loses it. Oh, kicks it out. Wickham throw in, and it's getting closer to the Mansfield half. They're just keeping on going. Clough and his pure football. Bless him.
Here is Suter.
Oh, Lubala.
A great deal happening.
Lubala for Wickham.
Victory in this game. There's still 12 minutes to go.
72, 78.
3 goals to nil at Bramall Lane. 2 first half goals from O'Hare and Campbell.
I don't know what's happened there. I think is it a corner to Wickham? No, it's not. He's ran back with it. Lubala's ran back with it, and then he ends up kicking it out. And it's a Mansfield throw-in on halfway.
Reece Norrington Davis. Inside pass to Shackleton.
Ooh, Young Boys 1, Atalanta 5. Don't you hate it, the fact that Manchester United are having it so badly? Oh, Wickham have a cross into the box, but Bowery managed to get that first, and it's a corner to Wickham. Wickham have a corner. Bowery kicking it straight out there for Mansfield. Short corner to Lee. Comes out to Morley. Crosses it in, but Bowery kicks that one. And it's another corner? No, yeah, it's another corner. Another corner to it comes out to Morley. Across to Labala, shoots, and it comes out. And somehow Mansfield pass it. Evans passes it back to the goalkeeper to kick out, and he kicks it out for a Wickham throw-in on halfway. Humphreys. I'll try and be really calm, shall I? Humphreys to Taylor. Harvey. Labala. Really need to take Labala out of the game. He's really rather good. Labala. They keep giving it to Labala, and Labala actually is their central person so far. But he's right on their right hand side. Lee. Humphreys, Lee comes it out for a Mansfield throw-in.
Barcelona 2, Brest 0. Danny Olmo with the goal.
Norwich 5. Do we have Norwich 5? Can't remember now. Norwich now 5-1 up. Mansfield have another throw-in exactly the same point. So it's now Norwich 5, Plymouth 1. Sheffield United 3, Oxford 0.
With the goal for Charlton, 8 minutes to go.
And Charlton have taken the lead.
In League One.
I believe Charlton have taken the lead if I can find it. Yeah, Charlton, Burton, 10-man Burton Albion 0. Charlton 1. I'll find Burton Albion and Charlton when I flaming find it. Charlton 1.
Second goal for Aberdeen. 2-1 up now at Hibernian.
Substitution for Mansfield. So it's Wrexham 1, Lincoln 0.
Corner kick for Oxford then. To that block.
Keep an eye on things.
They go short. Back to Brannigan. Right for the strike. Well wide of the right hand post. 7 minutes to go at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 3, Oxford United now. Independent off-tube studio-based commentary.
Oh, that was a strange one, that. Birmingham have got a second goal. Yeah, Birmingham 2-0 up away at Exeter.
He's in big trouble, isn't he? He's starting to get an absolute tonkin here.
So Exeter 0, Birmingham 2. I need to put 12 then, that would be good, wouldn't it? Wickham 0, Mansfield 0.
So far, 6 goals to 1. Burnley got a second at home to Coventry. Conrad Egan Riley with 10 minutes to go there.
Burnley 2, Coventry 0.
With a second goal. Ball play forward looking for Oneg. It's going to go straight through.
Yeah, Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2 with Michael Smith, Rotherham's old guy, getting the second. Oh God, this is getting a ridiculous game. It's Norwich City 6, Plymouth 1. The others in that league have stayed the same. It's still Barnsley 2, Reading 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Blackpool 2, Burton 0, Charlton 1, Cambridge 0, Bolton 1. Where's Cambridge and Bolton? Cambridge 0, Bolton 1. Exeter 0, Birmingham 2 we looked at. Yeah. Leyton Orient 0, Huddersfield 1. I'm sure we had that one. Yeah. Wigan 2, Northampton 1, Wrexham 1, Lincoln 0. And we've now gone through all of those. Burton keep improving, but they're not improving enough yet to just be able to do it. Wrexham game is extremely close. The Wrexham game, you look at it, it's just back to front, and it's just constantly. I mean, Wrexham have a throw in now, and you can't separate these two teams. Absolutely no. In fact, if anything, Lincoln City they've actually had more shots than Wrexham. Just only had 14 shots to Lincoln, 1 on target, because Wrexham have got that back 5 and they're making them do it from distance, and that's what's happening. Wrexham have got that back 5 and Lincoln are thinking, we're going to have to shoot long distance. Yeah, they did seem to be holding it, and they look like they might just do it, but you're not going to beat Charlton with 10 men. They're too good. Bacchus for Mansfield. Oh, loses it to Humphries. Kicks it as far as he can. Cohn grabs it, but Bowery nicks it from him. Pass it to McLaughlin. And McLaughlin tries kicking it back to him, but loses it to Pattenden in the wrong area. Pattenden and Morley do a couple of 1-2s. Back to Lowe, across to Lee. Sort of trying to get to the opposite side. They're pushed into back into their own half. And then Udo tries running down the left. No, he comes back to Harvey. Does get it down the left to Humphries and back to Udo. Humphries 1-2 by the edge of the Mansfield box, but crosses it in, and Flint is up to that one. Oshalaya, Hewitt kicks it out, but gives it to Humphries again, and Udo, and you can't do that as it comes back, and Lee has a shot off target, and McLaughlin can try and kick that one out. So Mansfield, McLaughlin on, Blake Tracy off, Wayne on, Evans off. So Wrexham are making a substitution as well.
He's going to go off, replaced by Tom Davis.
At the minute,
McCallum. So I presume that means that Sheffield have gone 3 at the back.
Barnsley just cannot do it here. Barnsley are just weird. They're doing one of their games again. 20 shots at target for Barnsley. 5 on target, 2 goals. 20 shots and only... I mean, how can you have 20 shots and 5 on target?
2 minutes of normal time to go. Tom Davis making his first appearance in the first team this season.
And Reading 9 shots, 3 on target, 2 goals. You think, ouch. Barnsley just seem to get the opposition just when they're getting really good stats.
Driving forward down the right hand side was Shackleton.
And Wickham are having a substitution there.
Suter. Shackleton again.
See if I can get a different one. Still Wrexham 1, Lincoln 0.
That's really down the right hand side there for O'Hare, but
There's Mansfield kicking out from their half. And it goes across the halfway line to Lee here for Wickham, and Wickham have it in their own half on 88 minutes.
Robinson across left hand side.
Passing it in their own half now. As it's still cross it long into the Mansfield half, but it's kicked straight back into the Wickham half. And Harvey can gather that one in his own. It's really kick and run here. It's Mansfield is just belting it up into the other end. You really want to know this? So at the minute we have in first place Wycombe. Oh, Mansfield substitution. We have Wycombe Wanderers with 36 points. We have second Wrexham with 34. Then we have Birmingham in third with 33. Stockport in fourth with 30. Huddersfield in fifth with 29. Bolton in sixth with 29. Reading in seventh. Barnsley in seventh with 27. Bolton in 8th with 27, Lincoln in 9th with 26, and Mansfield in 10th, of all places, 10th with 25, 2 points above Exeter in 11th. And Bacchus on the right hand corner runs in, crosses it in, and Humphrey League gives it to Humphreys. Humphreys now trying to get it out, but he only gets it out as far as McLaughlin. McLaughlin into Kilgore. Kilgore, he gets into the box. Oh, sod the extra time. Get off with you. I want to see the game. They've cut the game off. Give me the game back. Just as Mansfield are in the attack, they cut the fucking game off. Give me the fucking figures. I know it's extra time, 4 minutes. Go away. I hate this programme. Go away. Ravizoli got it in the goal. I don't know what happened there. I really don't. But Mansfield had a really good chance there to get a shot off, but Wycombe just kept doggedly just defending, and it was with Morley now for Wycombe Wanderers. 91 minutes 13 seconds of 94.
Play the ball back outside defence. Medine to Lee. Inside for Brannigan.
Oh, Oshilaya! Oh, it's cleared out. Oshilaya had a good chance of a shot, and it was right in the middle of the box, and he just couldn't lay one off, and it gets cleared out. And it only as far as Hewitt, but he misplaces it, and it goes out for a Wycombe throw, and that was. And at the bottom, let's have a look at the bottom. It's still the same bottom six. Rotherham on 17, Crawley on 16, Leyton Orient on 15, Cambridge on 13, Shrewsbury on 11, and Burton on 8. So it's getting very tight at the bottom now. So throw in now, but to Wycombe Wanderers with 2 minutes to go, and it's right by the corner flag. So it's a dangerous position for Wycombe. Oh, it's it! Oh, Joe nicks it off the goalkeeper right by the bloody box, and Kilgore manages to save the day and gets his foot to it and kicks it straight back out, but. Oh, Wycombe has scored! Wycombe has scored! 92 minutes, and it's Wycombe 1, Mansfield 0. Sorry about that, Roy. Dangerous position. Harvey gets it into the box, and somehow it's another win. Looking like another win there. It's Wycombe 1, Mansfield Town 0. I can't even find it. So unfortunately, we just couldn't hang on. Couldn't hang on. So Northampton are still losing 2-1. Huddersfield are 2-0 up. Huddersfield are 2-0 up. Birmingham are 2-0 up. Bolton, Cambridge 1, Bolton 1. Where's that one? Cambridge 1, Bolton 1. Now that's a surprise and a half. Blackpool are 2-0 up. Yeah. Burton 0, Charlton 1. Into the Championship, and they're all finishing 6-1 to Norwich City. 2-0.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first
I'm not
player to score
interested.
the
Go
less
away.
score, correct score, double result,
Oh,
total goals,
bugger
marking,
off.
handicap betting.
Shut up. So, not a good last couple of minutes, was it? You hate football, I mean, it's always in the last bloody minute, isn't it? It's always the same. So, we shall wait for the last. Bayer Leverkusen 5, Salzburg 0. Man City 3, Feyenoord 1. Sporting 1, Arsenal 4. Anything else coming along? Wednesday 2-0 we know about. Stoke 0, 10-man Preston 0. Sunderland 0, West Brom 0. I thought this was going to be a draw. I said, I really had this idea that might very well be a bore draw, because they'll both be pretty dreadful at scoring recently. I thought 1-1, 0-0, and it is actually 0-0 at the minute. 81 minutes though, so 9 minutes left. And the full times are all coming in now. So let's go down the results, and we'll then go into the League One tables. So it is. If anybody wants to like and subscribe, then please do. It means that we can get more people on these lives. And when I don't turn the bloody microphone off for the first 10 minutes, it would help. And especially if you tell me, "Oi, John, you've got your microphone on mute," it would really be helpful. But we go into the Championship. It is still playing. Burnley 2, Coventry 0. It's still playing at Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2. It's finished at Norwich 6, Plymouth 1. Sheffield United's finished. Sheffield United 3, Oxford 0, and Sheffield United really were on top all of that game. Stoke City, Preston is still 0-0, 95 minutes gone. Preston, to me, look the more likely to score, but just not happening at the minute. 95 minutes. Watford 1, Bristol City 0. Pretty even match. Sunderland 0, West Brom 0. 81 minutes. This does look like it's going to be a 0-0. Surrey League One. The boys tried hard. Yeah, it is. Anybody can beat anybody, can't they? Like you said. I'm trying to go slow so we can get as much of these League One scores actually completed and in. Cambridge 1, Bolton 1 is a final score. Exeter 0, Birmingham 2 is a final score. Wickham 1, Mansfield 0. Sorry, Roy, that's a final score. Barnsley 2, Reading 2, and Barnsley have so many shots on target, at target, but they're just not getting enough on target. I mean, at one point it was 20 shots and 5 on target. It's not good enough. Bristol Rovers, mind you, what am I saying? I'm a Rotherham fan. Bristol Rovers 0, Blackpool 2. And realistically, that wasn't really that far. It was quite even, really. Burton 0, Charlton 1, and like you said, until the red card for Burton, I think that was quite even, and they were holding their own quite well. Charlton were on top, but only just. Leyton Orient 0, Huddersfield 2 is still playing, but not for very much longer. Wigan 2, Northampton 1, and Wrexham 1, Lincoln City 0. Let's go into the league tables. We'll just do the top. So we have got Wickham in first on 38 points. We've got Wrexham second with 34 points. Birmingham are third with 33 points. Stockport fourth with 30 points. Huddersfield fifth with 29. And then sixth and seventh we've got Barnsley and Reading with 27. Eighth, Bolton with 27. So it's getting really tight at that for that sixth place. With Lincoln ninth on 26. and Mansfield 10th on 24. All of those teams just have one win away from a top 6 place, so it's we're just over a third of the way through, but actually there's very little in that top section. What I will say though is down at the bottom, the bottom 6 really are starting to just fall away now, and the bottom 6 are Rotherham in 19th with 17 points, Crawley in 20th with 16, Leyton Orient in 21st with 15, Cambridge then in 22nd with 13, Shrewsbury Town in 23rd with 11, and on 24th we have Burton with 8. But above Rotherham, you've got Northampton in 18th with 18 points, and then another point up to 17th with Stevenage. And then we start going a point and 2 points. So it's actually we're starting to see those bottom 4, 5, 6 just start to drop away now. And the only ones in the bottom that look like trying to get out of it would be Crawley. Leyton Orient aren't doing too bad. They didn't do that bad against Huddersfield today, although they did lose 2-0. Shrewsbury Town obviously had that good win against Birmingham. Burton have actually started to play some decent football. They're not improving a lot, but they're improving a little bit each week. They're just improving that little bit. And I can see them starting to gain a few more points. Will it be in time to save themselves? I don't know. I really don't know. Anybody can beat anybody, like Roy says, in this league. Wouldn't put it past them. It's going to be a very tight bottom of the league, I think, certainly going into Christmas. At the top, it looks very, very unstable. Wycombe are 4 points ahead, and they've got a game in hand over Wrexham. Birmingham are in third. They've got 2 games in hand over Wrexham above them, but they've got only 1 game in hand over the leaders, so they're still behind at the minute. So it's all to play for at the top, and certainly it's anybody's game all the way, probably down to about 11th and Exeter. And I wouldn't put it past Charlton being able to make a run for it, and who the hell would rule out Peterborough? I look down as far as 16th with Blackpool. I think, Blackpool, if they turn it back on, they could even make a damn good try for the first half of next year. And that's all the way down to 16th position, isn't it? So I totally agree with Roy. This season is going to be topsy-turvy all the way to the end. Commiserations to Roy and Mansfield. That was so bloody close. But stop crying. Please do like and subscribe. I can't believe today. It's great when your team's not playing. At least, you see, Rotherham's not playing, so I can't cry because we've not lost. Because if we had been playing, we would have lost. It's not funny anymore. It really isn't. Anyway, next time, perhaps Rotherham will have a new manager. But until then, hey, it's the only way that Rotherham are going to go through a game day without losing. It's the only bloody way we're going to get it. It's a joke. It's a joke. Oh, the manager's a joke anyway. And the owner's a joke as well. Do like and subscribe. It's John Essex Sports Channel, over and out for another game day. We'll be doing some more reviews and some more predictions over the next couple of days. Please do look out for them. Next time, if I start the live stream with my mic on mute, if somebody can tell me, please. It's so embarrassing when you suddenly realise that the speaker's got a cross through it and think, oh, shit. You have a good one as well, and good luck for the rest of the week. Enjoy yourself. John S Sports Channel over and out.